In this video, I'm going to show you how to do a spatial join, but at the same time kind of go through the idea of, once again, we have our input layers, and then from there we create output, and then once again we take that output, we manipulate it again. So here we have, in this case, a big spreadsheet that shows the crimes from 2017. Those crimes have been placed on the map as dots. But we've got, too much information here. We've got the block groups for the entire state of Indiana. Block groups are a particular polygon feature. So what we're going to do is we're going to find out, well, what were the number of crimes per block group in only Marion County. So there's a few different ways we can just select only the block groups from Marion County, but the simplest way is just to zoom in and just select one of the block groups, open it up in the attribute table, go to the selected records, and you'll see the county code is 097. So I'm looking for all block groups that have the county code of 097. To find those, I choose the Select by Attributes tool. My input row is the block groups. I'm going to do a new expression, and I'm looking for the county FP is equal to 097. Choose Run, and then in the block groups, right-click, Selection, Make Layer from Selected Features. So here's an example of an input layer that's been modified, in this case only including the block groups that are where we find Marion County. So we hit Clear, and we can now remove the previous block groups, and we'll zoom to layer as we prepare for the spatial join. Here I'm going to join these two tables not based on a particular variable, not based on them sharing a certain code or county code or FIPS code or object ID. Instead, this is based on a join based on spatial occurrence or location, let's say. So to do this, we'll right-click on our new Marion County block group layer, go to joins, and then do a spatial join. Not special, but spatial, although it is quite special. Here we have our target features, and our target features, those are our block groups. And so what we're doing is we're taking these block groups and we're saying, block groups, this particular layer, we want to join you with the crimes layer. And so now we've joined the two particular layers. That join is going to be based on a spatial occurrence, and we can see those spatial occurrences included down here. So we're going to choose contains in this particular spatial join. And so now let's go back up, and so a particular target feature, that case is our block group, and so we're going to look in the block groups and see the number of crimes that are contained inside each block group. Click on Run, and so here we're joining, in this case, a polygon feature with a point feature. And now a new layer is being created. Let's go ahead and click off our previous, so we do not need it anymore. We can also go ahead and click off the crimes. Let's take a look at this particular table, and here we have the join count, and so the join count then is the number of crimes. And then the GeoID in this case is the block group unique identifier. And so we now have the unique ID for each block group joined up with the count total of those individual crimes from the crime 17 layer. So what we just did, like I said, is we've taken points and we've joined them with polygons to then create something new, and that is this particular table, which we then can display on a map. So go ahead and we'll go to Symbology. We're going to choose the graduated colors. The field is going to be based on the join count. I'm going to choose, I guess, a particular heat map, and so we'll choose 9, let's say, symbols. And so red is areas with high crime, and yellow are areas with low crime. So if we zoom into the map, you can see individual polygons that are shaded in red. So those would be areas with higher crime rates. So block groups in 2017 that had higher crime, and then the yellow areas would be places that had lower crime. Thus, in sum, what we've done is we start off with just some crime data that was in an Excel spreadsheet. We then combine that with the geographies that were provided by the census that just show where block groups are. And then from there, we've then said, okay, now how many crimes did we find in 2017 in each of the block groups in Marion County?